This week on Cars and Things Restos, we're going to get back into Mako. Let's see if we can make it run. Welcome to Summer X 35! Welcome to Summer X 36! Cars and Things Restos. Well, as you saw last episode, we got the engine in. I've been doing a little bit more work here today. Radiator's in, radiator hose. Got all the top hose and everything on it. That top hose was for a V6 VS VR Commodore. I just had to shorten it a little bit. Fits in there beautiful. And I've got a new belt for it from Plugger and Gurks in at Repco. Really appreciate their help. Thanks guys. Also we've got the new line oil in it as well. Where have I've put it away now. So we're running the Newlon X Pro 15W50 street and track, so we're going to try that out instead of the old racing 2060 10/10 Penrite. I've been told it's a better oil. We're going to try that. Talk to Plug, and they're probably going to get a bigger range of Newlon in at Repco. So that will be really handy. So guys, do yourself a favour. Any oils, filters, or any of the supplies, hoses, belts, get in and see Repco, and Gurks and Plug it in at Repco. And we've got the Repco belt for it too. Made sure we got one with Repco on it. So they help us out. I've got to thank the boys. I want to thank the boys in at Repco Mildura again. Really appreciate your help. They are valid watchers. They watch it all the time, and they love what we're doing, and we love what they do for us. So get into Repco, guys. The original bottom hose, I just had to extend it. Put a tube in it, a bit like an LS setup. Bit of aluminium tube in there to extend it. You could probably run the actual LS setup with its tube and the hoses possibly. But I already had that, and it's already covered and all works well. Got the alternator bracket on. Wasn't that a bit of fun? Whew. So I had to modify it a bit myself. Not the actual bracket, but the spacings. It sat out on this pulley, and I don't know why. Well, it didn't sit out there. It could have sat out on that pulley or way in, and I just had to get some airflow. I had some spaces there just to space it out. Probably about 5 or 6 mil, and it lines up sweet. So, and it's got a nice bracket on the back of it as well. I did have to make that L-shaped bracket up there because there's no way that was reaching there. I could have cut that off and it still wouldn't have reached. But that's all right. That's pretty nice. Put the top pulley on, and that's just a standard belt. I just grabbed it off a brother's motor, and it went on nice and neat. It's got heaps of tension on it too. I just whacked it on there for now. I'll probably put a new one on it before we get too far into it. Alrighty, so that side of it's all done. I'm going to get this bench cleaned up, and we might pull the Haltech wiring out, because that's probably where I'm at. I'll get this Haltech wiring out and start getting stuck into that. I'm not going to bore you with that. I don't think I might show you bits and pieces of what I'm doing with the wiring. Probably do some ultra fast speed camera. What do you call it? I'll probably do a hyperlapse of me doing all the wiring, so I don't bore you too much. But I'll try and explain to you what I've done as I'm going along. I've put the knock sensors in. There's the knock sensor wiring down there. They're already in, so one on each side. My son rang me and said a big box come this morning, so I believe that our throttle body's here and brother's cam is here, or all the cam gear and springs and everything. So I haven't done a video on that yet, but you'll see that. I can get that into Damo. He can do cam bearings and finish the heads off for us. Then we can put that back together. You'll see that in a later video. So all right, we'll keep knocking it out. Plan is to see if I can get all this wiring done this week, and Mick's going to come out on Saturday and help me put the box in it. We might even see if it'll run. Alrighty, we'll keep at it. Just getting set up here now. Go in the bin, get all my pliers and picks ready, strippers. Oh, I need one more tool, hang on. My favourites, these little suckers. So I need them. Got some injector harnesses. And here's our wiring loom and ECUs. Now what first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the harness out, we're going to group the wires together that I need together, put a zip tie around them and get stuck into it. I'll put you on hyperlapse and you can watch along so you don't get all bored, and I'll stop in between and tell you where I'm at. Alrighty. Okay, so we just pulled the back off of the fuse or relay block, because we've got to put another relay in here for the fans. One for the fans and one, because it already comes with fuel pump and everything, so I'll put one in for the fans and one in for the, what do you call it, the pump motor, the water pump motor for the heat exchanger on the LSA. So there it is. That's our can, which I've got to go in and do what Dave from Haltech does and find the earth wire. I'll do that and fix that. There's our instructions here. Well, our wiring diagram. Open that up. So this is where we're going to map everything. I better get a pen because I need to map everything out and write on what I want to write on there. And as you can see, here's the harness and it's all numbered. There's our drive-by wires, our ABIs, SBIs, battery ground, battery wires. So I'll go through all these, and it looks like they've already separated them all for us, so that's really good. They didn't do that last time, but what I need to do now is go through and work out what ABI I'm going to use for what, and go from there. Alrighty, get into it. So there we are. We just wired up two more relays, two more fuses. So going to whack a couple of 20 ampers in there, because one's for the fan. So I want a good one for the fan. Whoop, sorry, and 20 ampere for the cooler pump, which that'll get done at a later date. The cooler pump. Get this to bloody go in. Alright, and a couple of dirty old Bosch relays I got there. So one's for the cooler pump when we hook that up, and the other one's for the fan. So it should all work once we get it all. That one's a bit dodge. Look at that. Oh, if I can get another one of them. So that's what it's going to be. So yeah, that's the cooler, which I'm not going to hook up, which I've got to run all that weight to the front of the radiator. And the other one, the fan wire's already in the car. I've just got to hook this green wire to it, and it'll go. Alrighty. Rightio. So I've just loaded the harness out. One thing that I suggest you do, guys, is work out where you're going to put your ECU, mount it up, like I've got it there mounted, and give yourself plenty of room under here. So they had that was down here, not enough room, so I've had to move it up there. I'll have to put some more heat shrink and whatnot over there. That's not a problem. So I've just zip tied that off there, because that's where I want it to stay, up under there. This here is going to go up under there. There's plenty of room for that. So it should be good. Alright, so in under here is fine. I've got it bolted up. Got plenty of cable. So now I can go out here and I can run my wires to my sensors and cut them off to length. So that's what we'll do now. Just did my injector harness, so that's all wired up with a common power wire to goes around to all of them. Whoop, shit, put that back on. What I'm going to do is, so I've cut the injectors off down here, so what I'll do now is I'll put a plug on them, on both of them, and they'll plug in to that injector harness. There I'll put a Deutsch connector there, and that harness will plug in and out. I'll make it fairly long. I'll give it a bit of length, because when I put it on the LSA on it, look, it's only going to come up a little bit higher, probably 100 mil. She'll be right. there you go. Made up some harnesses. So I've got the injector harness made. That's got plenty of length on it as well. So when I go and put the LSA on it, they'll be up here. So that's going down to there. There it is there. So they're my power wires for my injectors. Those are all my injector trigger wires in there. So the injectors have just a power wire and a trigger wire going back to the ECU. Doesn't really matter which way they go, but I've got A is power, B is trigger, and then I've got the coil packs all wired up. So they all run down there to the one plug. The reason I've done it, the coil packs all in one plug, is it's easy just to unplug them. They'll go just plug to there. Yeah, it's easy just to unplug the coils from there when I have to do like a ECU upgrade or anything like that, or a firmware upgrade. It's always, they suggest to disconnect your coils. You don't want them blowing up, could spike them or something. So all the coils are done, earths are done for the coils, so they can all go on. Now just got to cut the rest of the wires to length, and it should be sweet. Yes, by the way, as you will see in the video, really good idea if you're going to attempt to do your wiring yourself, which is not a hard job, it's just a bit of work. Tester tape, buy plenty of tester tape, plenty of heat shrink, plenty of terminals, because sometimes you might have to do it twice. So as I did, because I made the mistake of, I made the first harness for bank 1, 3, 5 and 7, which is on a LS is on this side, and on a Holden on this side. And me being old school, worked on a lot of Holden stuff, I made this side up first, didn't I, thinking it was 1, 3, 5, 7, and it's not, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 on this side. Never mind, here's what it is. Alrighty, so I've removed the harness from the car. So as you saw, I had it all in there. I've measured all the lengths up, and I've cut them to length. So put it on the bench here so I can work everything out now. So now what I'm doing is I'm mucking with, I'm finding the actual wires for the drive-by wire, so I can have all them out located in the engine bay, which will be from here out, and everything else I want inside the car. So I need to leave, I think it's 6 wires. Where's my connector? I'll bring it over here, because my throttle body did turn up. Where is it? Here it is. Here. Yes, here's our connectors in there. So 102mm throttle body, and we've got 6 wires for it. So not that that's going on just yet, but when I make the harness, I want everything out in the engine bay. I'll just roll it up and put it down the back of the motor there. So when I put the blower on it, I can just unwrap it and bring it out and hook it up. So yes, where am I at? So here's the throttle drive-by wires there. They're the colours that I need, and a few others. So I'll bring all those out and leave them out there, and then I'm going to get them all, some terminals and that on them. Put some snake skin, I can wrap on them, whatever you want to call it, and see how we go. All right, we'll keep at it. Alrighty guys, so there was a little bit of the time lapse on the wiring process. I didn't go in and show you how I wired it all up and everything, because there's a lot better videos out there than I'm doing, guys. Mate, Dave from Haltech does a ripper video, and Dave's wiring vlog on wiring up these harnesses. So if you need to know how to do it, jump on there, go and check Dave's wiring vlog out. It is brilliant. I've already referred back to it a few times myself. One for doing the cam wiring adjustment they do, change the ground wire on that, so I did that. So that's one of the reasons I didn't go into it. It is a little bit boring for people to sit there and watch for hours on end of that, when you can go and watch those vlogs. But I just wanted to put a clip up of what we did this week. So there it is. I just got to put it all back together. So everything's done. I am going to run the map sensor to there, but I do have in the wiring harness, and there it is, there is so I can wire a map sensor into the LSA if I want to. So that's in the harness as well. So I've got this little switch here that I took out of the stator. So I've got to put that back in. That switch is the one I put in the stator to give it what Scotty and I call the Summonat surge. So it gives it that boom, that blower surge noise, and I'm hoping we can do the same with this engine. So I've wired that in there as well. That wasn't too hard. That was just a matter of giving it a signal wire and a ground wire and a power wire. So that's that. There's our alternator wire, fuel pump wire, and our power wire. And this is our drive-by-wire harness. And also, what other harness is there? There's another harness in there as well. I can't remember now. What was it? I have to look over on here. There was a couple of wires I needed to run across under the dash. I can't remember, but anyway. So I've got drive-by-wire pedal, and I'll have to re-look that up. What else was it? I can't remember now. I've really had enough. Nearly time for me to pack up and go to the pub, I think. Actually, you know what? It is now, yep, 2:40 on a Friday night. I'm going to the pub, and I'll work all this out tomorrow. Alrighty, thanks for coming along and watching. Yeah, I'm going to the pub. See you in the morning. So I was heading to the pub, but I was going, what the fuck is that wiring? It's going to shit me off all night, not knowing what that wiring is. So I can sleep soundly tonight because the other wiring in this harness is the flex fuel sensor wiring. That's what it was. There it is there. So I'm right now. I can go and have a few beers and I'll sleep good tonight. Alright, see you in the morning. Pulling the Z out, taking it down to pull it apart. So this is the last drive we'll get in it with the 383. So that's coming out, and that'll be going in the green GTS Monaro. So we've written there built LS in that. So let's take it down and pull her apart. We just ripped the 400 out of the Z. We swapped converters over. That's a 3.5 converter. We've gone to, that's probably going to be about a 283, maybe up to 3.2 with the blower, depending on the horsepower. Going to give that a try, see if it's all right, and we'll slip it in. Ready to go, Mick? Get her in, eh? So there we are. Mick and the boys come out and give us a hand. We've got the box in it, tail shafts in it, everything's all hooked up underneath. We've just got to hook the extractors up. I've just bolted the flanges up there. Done, the wiring's in. It needs tidying up a bit, but we don't have the throttle body yet. Waiting on Australia Post. Unreal, Australia Post, eh Mick? Should have been here over a week ago and can't find it. Unbelievable. Hopefully that turns up this coming week and we can fire her up. We're getting close. Guys, there we are. I just filled it up with water. It's got oil in it. It's got trans fluid in it. I do need to put some petrol in it, some fuel in it. So I want to flush the line before I hook it up. So that's all done. So unfortunately there ain't going to be a start up in this video because it's pretty obvious why. No throttle body. Nothing's turned up in the post. Been waiting for it for nearly a month. By the end of this week, by Thursday, it'll be a month. I've been waiting for this bloody throttle body to turn up, plus other stuff, cam, kit and everything. It looks like it's lost in transit. What shits me about it is Australia Post have more than likely lost it. Again, Australia Post, good on yous. What gets me is this company I bought it off. I bought it on the 8th of January and it's still not here. They're looking for it, they can't find it. Last Thursday, I bought a set of plug leads. Where are they? Did I bring them out here? Yeah, here they are. Bought a set of plug leads from the same company. On Thursday, they turned up yesterday, on Monday. And so I don't know. I bought a lot of stuff off this company, so they shouldn't be. I wouldn't have thought they would have got the address wrong, but they reckon they've contacted Australia Post and they're looking into it. So it's really annoying. What is annoying about it is. It's taken so long just to say yes, it's lost or what. Like it's $2,000 worth of parts. I've already paid for them, and I want me parts. I don't want a refund. I want me parts. So Australia Post and this company need to get together and make a decision on what they're doing very, very quick. I'm going to get pretty cranky with them and get me another set out. I don't care. I need to get this cam so I can get that done. And I want to get this thing running. I'm really annoyed. Anyway, in the end, it is what it is. So, no startup video this week, guys. I do apologise. It's ready to go. I just needed the throttle body so I can hook up our air temp, stepper motor and the throttle position switch and power the ECU up. I do need to go into the ECU and program it and set it all up, but that's probably an hour, half an hour or so, and fire it up. So I've got to put plugs in it, but I want to wind it over first to make sure we've got oil pressure. I just got an old oil pressure switch in it at the minute. I've got a new one coming. So that's where it is. Alrighty. Well, that'll do for this episode, I suppose. That's all I can do at this stage. Until we get a throttle body, we can't get this thing to run. Alright, well that'll do. Thank you for coming along and watching. If you haven't subscribed, please jump on and subscribe, hit the bell, share with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.